everybody. Welcome again to Mr. Dixon's Arrested Development. I'm Mr. Dixon. Let's get into our stories. All right, our first story is from the Log Cabin Democrat. Never heard of it, but it was on the internet, and it was about a pastor being arrested, so I got it. All right, what's the whole premise of this thing for our new viewers, both of you? Pastor facing more charges. A local pastor, and oh shoot, I don't have where this is. A local pastor, we'll see from context where this is. A local pastor set to stand trial in October for a felony battery case recently picked up 3 misdemeanor assault charges along with a misdemeanor domestic battery charge. This guy is cool. Michael Derrick Jones was charged with 3rd-degree domestic battery, a Class A misdemeanor. He's in the Class A. He's a Class A guy. Class A misdemeanor and 3 counts of 3rd-degree assault on a family or household member following an early morning incident on May 11th. This follows an ongoing felony battery case in which Jones allegedly attacked a close family member shortly after midnight on July 13th, 2017. Regarding latest charges, 3rd-degree assault on a family or household is a Class C misdemeanor. So he went down from an A to a C. Or is that up? I don't know how you get charged. And what's a misdemeanor, so it's definitely down. And it's punishable by up to 30 days in jail and carries a fine of up to 500 smackers. If he is found guilty, Jones could serve up to 1 year in jail for the domestic battery charges. Also carries a fine of up to $2,500. Jones is the current lead pastor, not the only pastor, the lead pastor though, is the current lead pastor at the Sold Out Church located on 1105 Deer Street in Conway. We still don't know where this is, but I love the fact that the church is called Sold Out. We sold out because they sold out to God, I guess. I don't know, but they totally sold out. According to an incident dated, why would you name your church? That seems like very curious. According to, I guess all the good names are taken. According to an incident report dated May 11th, Jones called the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office shortly before 1 a.m. because he was concerned about a family member. He told authorities the two got into an argument that he was worried about this person after she left the residence, knowing that she had been drinking and the family member was intoxicated. But why did he get arrested? Before authorities made it to the area, Jones called back, stating his family member made it home safe and wanted to cancel the call. However, this person called police crying and advised there was a physical altercation. Okay. In a statement to FCSO deputies, she told police she and Jones were arguing over Facebook, which is what you do as a pastor. And that at one point during the argument, he grabbed her hair, oh dear, and then went outside and tried to leave. He grabbed her hair, and then she went outside and tried to leave. Wait, I grabbed her hair, like, let go of my hair. I'm going to leave now. And how does he has her hair? How's he? Well, I shouldn't mock that part of it. Let's move on. She stated he began hitting the window of the vehicle as she was leaving, and he called her, telling her he called the cops for her to come back home. This report reads in part, well, if you're gonna grab someone's hair and physically assault them, you probably should let them go rather than go like, come back to the house. I already called the cops, because the cops are gonna arrest you, buddy. According to the report taken by FCSO, Jones reportedly began screaming at his family member as she attempted to speak with authorities about the incident. You don't have to come. I got the bitch back. Get me, you son of a bitch. Let me get my phone. Get away from me. Get away from the phone. She's fine. She's fine. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Click. While attempting to talk with Jones about the incident, he reportedly said he became uncooperative and was acting belligerent, the report states. He was ultimately charged with disorderly conduct at that point and was taken to county jail. And there's more, but I don't give a fuck. Anyway, the pastor was arrested. That's the premise. Let's move on to another pastor. It's going to be Pastor Day, I guess. This is from TXK Today. Again, I never defined what that was. This is from the TXK Today. No idea what that is either. Miller County prosecutors charged pastor with rape. This is far more serious than that one. That grabbed someone in the hair was kind of serious. Miller County prosecutors have formally charged a California pastor from Texarkana with rape for the alleged abuse of a younger relative when she was a child. Everyone's beating up their relatives. Well, they're keeping it in the family, so that's good. David Jerome Kenner, 36, would have been about 18 when he allegedly began sexually abusing the girl at a relative's home when she was often babysat in Texarkana, Arkansas, according to the probable cause affidavit. The alleged victim reported to Texarkana, Arkansas police in March that Kenner reportedly sodomized her from the time she was 9 until she was about 13. Ooh. The woman said she did not tell because she was unsure if anyone would believe her. The victim that's how you say it. The alleged victim reported that Kenner's father was a pastor at a local church and that Kenner began preaching when he was about 17. Videos of Kenner preaching to a California congregation can be found online. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. I fucking this door. Don't forget I said that. Don't forget I said it. The alleged victim said she was sleeping on the floor with other children at a relative's home that Kenner abused her for the first time. She alleged Kenner woke her and told her she could sleep on a bed instead of the floor. I bet. Once she laid down on the bed, she felt David lean up to her. And this is a 9-year-old, for God's sake. Not that, man, it makes that big. I mean, yeah. You're not supposed to be doing this underage kids. And if she was a 23, she'd get up and leave. She's like a child. All right. Let's get back into the story. Once she laid down on the bed, she felt David lean up to her ear from behind and heard him whisper, "Don't tell anyone what I'm about to do to you." Now, this is always an indication something bad is about to happen. According to the affidavit, after that, she says she remembers that she blacked out and that following morning she was hurt and scared to tell anyone. The woman said Kenner often assaulted her in the mornings after her parents dropped her off on their way to work. Oh, never drop your kids off with the pastor, people. Come on. The alleged victim said the abuse happened. This is the pastor's kid, I guarantee you, but still, he became pastor himself. The alleged victim said the abuse happened for years and years and years, and I would never say anything. The woman said the abuse ended when she was about 13. She said she remembered right about before her 13th birthday and telling herself she did not want to be a teenager and still being raped by him. Try it again. She said she remembered right before her 13th birthday and telling herself she did not want to be a teenager and still being raped by him. So she told David that if he didn't stop, she would scream or tell someone. Once you're 13, you're like, well, I'm too old to be raped. Enough of this. This is put away childish things. I know. I'm sorry. This is obviously not her fault. Okay. And I shouldn't. But this is what it's. Yes. Now that I'm 13, I don't want you raping me anymore. She said she would apologize constantly, but it didn't mean. She said he would apologize constantly, but it didn't mean anything because he would apologize after every time he raped her. What did you like? This is manners, right? I've raped you, and I'm horribly sorry about that. What is it? He got her a card. It's like his rape apologist card. Like, I'm so sorry I raped you. That was very naughty of me. Naughty. I shouldn't have done the raping. The woman told members of her family about the abuse when she was older. One of the woman's sisters allegedly confronted Kenner via social media messaging. She then showed me the message, and as I read over the document, I saw that where David had confessed to the rape and stated he was very sorry for what he had done, but was in a dark place at the time, the affidavit states. Oh, well, in that case, I was in a dark place. I was raping her. You understand? Think about my feelings. I mean, I know I was raping, but, I was in a dark place. I was like a Hershey chocolate bar. I was like dark chocolate, you understand? I wasn't as sweet as I normally am. Okay, anyway, we're moving on. That was that story. This is now News Channel 9 ABC. Grundy County pastor charged with attempting rape of a child. More attempted rape of a child. Well, that wasn't an attempt. That was actual rape. This one's rape. Attempted rape. All right. Palmer, Tennessee. Update Wednesday. They updated it. Smith's case was bound over to the grand jury on Tuesday. Sheriff Clint Schrum says his bond is set at $200,000. The grand jury in Grundy County will meet again on July 9th. Oh, so that's already passed. I'm doing this on a Sunday. And July 9th has passed. All right, anyway. Depend on us to keep you posted, it says. But this is the latest thing I got. I'm sure they posted something else after they got whatever information they needed about the bond hearing. Grundy County Sheriff Clint, this is previously on on pastor raping. Grundy County Sheriff Clint Schrum says the Grundy County Sheriff's Office has arrested William E. Tim Smith Jr., a pastor who was charged with sexual misconduct with a 12-year-old girl. Sheriff Schrum says Smith Jr. was taken into custody after investigators found him and a 12-year-old female in a remote wooded area engaged in sexual conduct in Smith Jr.'s truck. The deputies were looking for a stolen four-wheeler on Ross Creek Road near Gertrell Lager, where they discovered the truck with Smith Jr. and the girl inside. So we gotta find this truck, but what the fuck are you doing? She's a girl! She's a little girl! He's like, what? What? It's Tennessee. Can't I fuck a 12-year-old? No, you can't. Isn't that weird? No, it's not weird at all. Sheriff Schrum was found in possession of legend and Schedule II prescription drugs. This is what it says. Sheriff Schrum says he was found in possession, this is the pastor, of legend. It's not capitalized, it says of legend, probably supposed to be allegedly, and Schedule II prescription drugs. Which could mean something or couldn't mean that. I mean, I don't know. If he's got prescription drugs on it, that doesn't mean he was necessarily using an art. Maybe he has. I mean, who cares? But I just don't understand why that's in there. According to the report, unless he was using it to drug her, then who cares if he has prescription drugs? It's prescription drugs. According to the report, Smith Jr. identified himself as a pastor of the church of a church in Palmer. The national website of the Church of God International Offices. See, that's the name of a church. Church of God International. As opposed to that we're full up, or like we sold out church. What the fuck is that? Church of International Office lists Smith Jr. as the pastor of the Palmer Church, located at 1848 Main Street. This is very disturbing and heartbreaking, said Sheriff Schrum. And all right. Read the full report below, which we're not going to. The girl's name has been removed to protect her privacy. Okay, that makes sense. The bond has not yet been set. Well, actually, we read that the update that it was, and has an initial court date of July 12th, which has not passed yet. So, the Tennessee Church of God state offices released a statement Friday that I'm not going to read because I don't give a fuck. All right, that's it. I only read the one page and I move on. All right, next story. I only got two more, folks. Two more. Next story. This is from Jackson Newspapers. Former church, that's what it's called. It's not Jackson Newspapers, it's called Jackson Newspapers, plural. Jackson's got more than one paper, I guess. Former church pastor arrested for soliciting a minor. He didn't rape him. He didn't attempt to rape him, but he solicited. A Rowan, it's R-O-A-N-E, a Rowan County man and former pastor of Ripley, believe it or not, of Ripley Church, has been arrested for allegedly soliciting a minor, police said. Douglas Edward Harper, 39, of Gandeville, was being sought on a charge of solicitation of a minor by use of an electronic device, according to the press release from the West Virginia State Police. He's being arraigned in Jackson County Magistrate Court at press time. State Police allege Harper, while a pastor at Ripley Living Water Church. Oh, there's the name. The water. It's living water. Living water. The water's fine. Living in the water. Well, it's better than his blood. It's just disgusting. Yeah, Lamb of the blood, all that shit. Ugh. Just water. Still doesn't explain the solicitation of the minor, but that's, I'm sure they took the church name before they even knew he was a alleged pedo. Let's start again. State police allege Harper, while pastor at Ripley Living Water Church, sent text messages that were sexual in nature to a 15-year-old boy. Uh-oh. Motherfucker, you're really in trouble now. Bad enough as a minor, but a boy minor, not a girl. Oh, you're really in trouble now. And a separate, I don't support that. I'm just saying, homophobia being what it is, he's like pointing into the, is he? He's gonna be in trouble, much more than the guy who trying to get on the girl's pants. I mean, they're both gonna go to jail. Don't get me wrong. And a separate arrest, if they're convicted, blah, 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 allege, whatever. And a separate arrest related to the case, Jonathan K. Cox of Cottsville was charged with interfering with an investigation by providing false information and obstructing an officer, according to a criminal complaint filed against him in Jackson County Magistrate. So he was Cox blocking. Okay. According to the complaint, Cox came into the Ripley State Police Department and told Captain something MP Fannin about Harper's alleged unethical behavior. Cox and Harper exchanged texts with a 15-year-old male member of the church. In the text was a conversation which the pastor allegedly asked to see the youth in his boxers. Oh boy. The victim's family felt there were other messages alluding to sexual misconduct according to the complaint. No, sure. I want to see you in your... Why would you want to see a 15-year-old boy? Well, we know why you want to see a 15-year-old boy in his boxers. Fannin asked Fox if he was directly involved or had seen the text messages in question, and Cox allegedly said no. Cox said his position within the church was that of senior leader, and he was advised by the church leaders and elders of the issue because he was a former law enforcement officer. According to the complaint, Fannin asked Cox if he had the victim's parents' names, contact information, and possibly an address. Cox told Fannin he could only provide names, but did not know where the family lived. Fannin told Cox to take his name and contact information to the church and relay it to the family that he had to speak to the victim and parents to determine the severity of the accusations. During the course of During the course of the investigation from April 19th to May 31st, Cox interviewed or spoke to the victim and the parents, as well as the members of the church, and allegedly made multiple false statements regarding Fannin and the actions within his police investigation, according to the complaint. Now, this guy didn't actually molest anybody, but he's like covering up for a guy who did. Oh, the guy wanted to molest, which is weird. Like, why would you just like give him to the cops? Like, this is the guy. I'm out of it. You want me? I'll help you. Whatever you need the help. But it was certainly alive for some reason. Why we do that, I don't know. According to the complaint, after leaving the Ripley detachment, Cox allegedly followed up with a phone call to the victim's parents that said he had spoken with the police and conveyed, but I know more, but I'm not finishing it because that's that story. Oh, no stitches. All right, this is our final story. This one is a little weird to me anyway, because well, here's the thing. No pedophilia, thank goodness. I mean, it still involves sex. Don't get me wrong, because it's pastors, priests, whatever. They all like that pussy. Except that guy who liked cock, but little kid cock. But this guy, he didn't. The sex was all of an adult nature. Everyone was an adult here. All right. Let's get into it, and then we'll see what I'm talking about. Because this is a little bit weird to me. All right. This is from the SC Times, part of the USA Today network. Attorney for priest suspected of sexual misconduct questioned details of arrest. St. Cloud. A lawyer representing a St. Cloud priest accused of sexual misconduct questioned the legality of the priest's arrest during a hearing Thursday. Paul Ng is representing the Reverend Anthony Ulrich in a criminal sexual conduct case and made his arguments at a hearing that determines the admissibility at trial of evidence. Ulrich, 51, was charged in February with criminal sexual conduct in the third degree. He is accused of having sexual intercourse with an adult woman, asking a woman to perform sexual acts on him, and exposing himself to her, which I don't know why that part's in there. I don't know how you can have a woman or anybody perform sexual acts on you and not expose yourself. That's the whole point of the sexual act. I know how to, I guess you can do it through your clothes. I guess it's still sexual, right? You gotta, okay, anyway. The woman told investigators their encounters often ended with a priestly blessing or prayer. Thank you, Jesus. That was great, honey. A state statute makes it a crime for a member of clergy to engage in sexual relationship with someone they are counseling spiritually or religiously. So that's what he's in trouble for. Ulrich works as a priest at the Christ Church Newman Center. The Christ Church Newman Center near St. Cloud State University since 2007. He was ordained by and has served the Diocese of St. Cloud since 1992. In April, Ng filed several motions against the state's evidence. At an omnibus hearing, a judge rules on admissibility of evidence for the trial and responds to arguments relating to the violations of the defendant's constitutional rights. Ng and Joshua Canagister, who has prosecuted the case for the Stearns County Attorney's Office, only provided evidence Thursday on motions challenging Ulrich's arrest and statements he had made at the time of his arrest. Witnesses included Tiffany Thompson, an investigator with St. Cloud Police. I'm Tiffany Thompson, investigator. Tiffany Thompson, an investigator with the St. Cloud Police, and Daniel McClure, An officer who allegedly patrols the area where Ulrich lived and worked. They went over details of their interaction with Ulrich on the day of the arrest and what was discussed. Specifically, an issue was when and where Ulrich was arrested, and whether he was made aware of his legal rights at the correct time. The morning of the arrest, police were with Ulrich at the Christ Church Newman Center and Ulrich's residence before taking him to Stearns County Jail. Ing filed other motions alleging the search and seizure of Ulrich's medical and psychological records and evidence of other alleged sexual misconduct. He's also asking for more information about the background of the woman making the complaint, including the medical and therapy records, which sounds like he's going to do a little slut shaming there, but I don't know. Here's the thing. I just find curious because, again, now, all right, fine, there's a law against a guy. So I guess his mistake was, listen, I really want you to perform sexual acts on me. I would enjoy that very, very much. I'll perform on you too. We can do that, totally. But I am spiritually, so let's not do that. You go do the spiritual thing somewhere else. I'll recommend someone else to you, and then you and me, we'll do the fucking, okay? That's what he should have done. But I don't know, I'm leery of giving a guy prison time or charging him. It just seems, I mean, maybe you want to, I guess the state can't really defork him or anything. And I understand there needs to be some sort of punishment, but I don't know. It's like, she's an adult, he's an adult. I mean, I don't know. Did he manipulate her somehow? Did he say, you're going to go to God if you fuck me? I mean, maybe that's what happened. But it just, on just what that little bit that I read there, I'd be like, I don't know. If I was a DA, I'd go like, well, who called anyway and said it was a problem to begin with? I don't know. It'd just be something like, I don't know, why would you want to prosecute this? This seems a little strange. It's like, somebody needs to get the name in the paper or something. I don't know. It just seems like weird. That's the thing you want to prosecute. It's like, that's bigger crimes. Yes, again, the guy isn't supposed to sleep with his other one or whatever, and I mean, because to me, spiritual is such nonsense that I can't, I mean, it's not like if it was a therapist, I'd probably be much more upset. That's my bias, I guess. But as a man like, oh, Jesus, 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 I'm like, there's nothing there, so whatever, still a crime. But I don't know. Just prosecuting it seems a bit. I mean, it just seems like maybe something else, maybe a fine or something. And I just don't know if this is going to involve. I mean, who knows? I don't think it said anything about jail time. So maybe that's what it'll be. I didn't say fine either. So I don't know what happened. But it's weird. It's just a weird thing to me. But you can discuss in the comments. Anyway, that's it. That is Mr. Dixon's Arrested Developments. Thank you very much for reviewing, and I'll see you next time.